हेलो एंड वेलकम टू येट अनदर एडिशन ऑफ द अननेम्ड पॉडकास्ट। मैं हूं आपका होस्ट आरजे आकाश एके इविल मंकी। अननेम्ड पॉडकास्ट में मैं बात करता हूं कुछ ऐसी अमेजिंग पर्सनालिटीज के साथ जो अपने काम से अपनी लाइफ में तो चेंजेस ला ही रहे हैं, साथ ही साथ सोसाइटी में भी अमेजिंग चेंजेस ला रहे हैं। और इससे पहले कि मैं आपको आज के गेस्ट के साथ इंट्रोड्यूस करवाऊं, मैं आपको बोलना चाहूंगा कि इफ यू आर लाइकिंग दिस कंटेंट, डोंट फॉरगेट टू फॉलो दिस पॉडकास्ट wherever you are getting your podcast, because until unless you follow, आपको नहीं पता चलेगा कि नया एपिसोड ऑफ द अननेम्ड पॉडकास्ट कब आएगा। एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई विल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट गिविंग यू स्नीक पीक्स अबाउट द एपिसोड्स दैट विल बी कमिंग इन द नियर फ्यूचर। आज के जो गेस्ट हैं, ही इज एन एविड मोटरसाइकिलिस्ट, कलेक्टर ऑफ ऑटोमोबाइल फिगरीन्स, और ही इज एन ओल्ड स्कूल बाइकर। प्रवीण को अगर आप नहीं जानते, don't worry. If you know somebody who owns a Royal Enfield, then I bet they might be knowing him pretty well, because Praveen has been with Royal Enfield for more than a decade now, and of course he is the team manager for global brands with the company. Or he has been chasing his passion, be it motorcycling, be it collecting फिगरीन्स फॉर ऑटोमोबाइल्स। सो चलिए बात करते हैं प्रवीण से और जानते हैं कि हाउ ही हैज बीन चेसिंग हिज पैशन। हेलो प्रवीण, हाउ आर यू?
हाय आकाश, डूइंग ग्रेट, टेल मी।
कैसा चल रहा है यार? हाउ इज द लॉकडाउन डीलिंग यू? मतलब अभी तो क्या चल रहा है? मतलब चेन्नई में हाउ इज द वेदर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल? अभी तो गर्मी की वजह से हालत खराब हो रही होगी।
यस, चेन्नई में भी लॉकडाउन अभी एक बहुत ही अलग फेज में आ गया है। वी आर अंडर कंप्लीट लॉकडाउन टिल 30th of June, I guess. That's because we want to push the numbers down. So can't leave the house, can't go beyond 2 kilometers. We have to, no vehicles are allowed on the road. So yeah, in a way, crowds are definitely being controlled over here, I guess.
एंड लाइक तो अभी जैसे लाइक आई वाज लाइक वी नो ईच अदर फॉर आई डोंट नो लाइक फॉर ऑट 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, 14 onwards, ever since the GT was launched, I guess.
Exactly. We meet on the very first burn up that happened in Delhi, है ना?
Right,
So,
right.
हाँ. So like, but मैंने जैसे like I follow you on social media and every place. So like when I see your post and also like you are more of an guy who has like more love towards the old school motorcycles like YSD, Yamaha, and all those kind of things, है ना?
Yes.
Where did your like romance for those kind of motorcycles started?
So I basically would say I am a third generation motorcyclist. My grandfather had a 1948 Royal Enfield Bullet. My dad had a 71 Java 77 SD, and as a child I've always seen these motorcycles at home, and somewhere watching them kind of made me hooked onto chrome and metal and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, as soon as I turned 18, the first thing I picked up my dad's ESD and I said I want this bike, and I guess it's stayed on till now.
सही नहीं, बड़ी बढ़िया है ना? दैट्स गुड. एंड लाइक सो बट लाइक यू आर नाउ वर्किंग विद रॉयल एनफील्ड एंड यू हैव वर्कड विद अदर कंपनीज आल्सो. सो लाइक कैसा, हाउ इज द मतलब difference? Like you have been a motorcyclist most of your life and now you're working for a company that is known for its motorcycles throughout the globe now. So कैसा feeling, कैसा आता है
Mhm.
मतलब अभी?
Definitely feels great, because I mean that's something that even Sidlal kind of keeps telling people, that if we have people riding our motorcycles join the company and work towards making better motorcycles, it kind of helps. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed that in our organization, when I joined, almost everybody in my team used to have Royal Enfield motorcycles, and we would talk bikes, talk about riding around, and then that would kind of reflect into further product development and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a great feeling working with like-minded people, working in an organization which believes in that.
हाँ नहीं, सही है. And like, do you believe, like when you talk about Royal Enfield, so like you have been associated with them for such a long time, so do you think like जैसे ही मतलब when Sidlal joined the company, the whole like atmosphere of the company has changed? Because पहले Royal Enfield का जो outlook था of producing a motorcycle and giving it to the people, and now after Sid joined and जैसे different approaches that he is taking towards the company and the product also, so like what do you feel about that thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite surprising actually. I remember when I joined, we used to make 48,000 bikes in a year. And
Hmm.
now I think we make more than that in a month. So that's one of the
Hmm.
biggest changes that I've seen. And the enthusiasm towards motorcycling as such is also quite changed. I mean, about 10 years back, there were lots of mothers who were quite scared of giving bikes to their sons. But of late, I'm seeing more and more mothers on bikes. I mean, I've seen girls who have kids who ride on motorcycles, and the scenario is definitely changing. I mean, not just motor Enfield, but also motorcycling in general.
Exactly, exactly. And like but apart from motorcycles, you also share a lot of love for miniature cars and motorcycling figures. So like वहाँ वो कैसे start हुआ and like how many do you have collected till now? Yeah.
So I think it started. My grandpa gifted me something when I was about 8 years old, and it was a model of a Porsche. And since then, the model cars have always been very fascinating because they are miniature versions of. I mean, all boys love to play with these toys, and somewhere it just sticks along even if they grow up. And I think that's what has happened to me as well as most of us. And so
Hmm.
I've started collecting since then, and as of now almost 3000 odd cars and bikes I'm sure I must be having in my collection.
सही and which is your like which are the few favorites of yours like जिसको मतलब you always when your friends or your friends come out and you always like show them कि चल look I have this.
One, I think one of the most favorite ones is a 1932 Enfield Bullet, which is again a very rare model that I have. I picked it up from the UK when I was there. Another favorite is the first car that was ever built, the one built by Carl Benz, the first
Oh,
Benz car. So I have a model of that. And yeah, I mean, one of the most expensive ones, if I can quote here, is a Mad Max replica, which almost costed me about $799 way back. So yeah,
wow.
that's an expensive one which I picked up. I never disclose these numbers to my mom or my wife, otherwise we know what kind of trouble we'll all get into.
I know, man. Seriously, my next question was that only कि like to buy all these stuff. के मतलब doesn't your wife point out कि यार तुम क्या जब भी wherever you go out to pick up something or another, huh?
Uh, I mean, quite a number of them have actually been gifted by her, I would say. Thankfully,
Okay.
it's easy for a lot of people to pick up birthday gifts for me because they know that all they need to do is just ask me, such and such model is there. Do you have it in your collection, or do we pick it up for you? So it kind of works good for them. And never really realized, over time how this collection uh, in quality as well as in monetary value has risen so much.
Exactly, exactly. And like there is one I'm pretty sure that like wherever the Royal Enfield community is, especially in India, everybody knows you. Like everybody knows Praveen. So how did this thing happen? Like, matlab, whenever I go and I talk to some random stranger at a Royal Enfield dealership, also they're oh, yeah, I know, we know Praveen. And I'm like, yes, sahi hai.
I think it's got to do with this whole wonder. Uh, my when I when the work actually, even before joining Royal Enfield, my work would make me travel across India, even across the world, and wherever I would go, motorcyclists and motorcycling kind of it was, and you would always bump into somebody who either knew Royal Enfield or has ridden Royal Enfield somewhere in his lifetime. And I think once you
Correct.
start talking about bikes, even over a cup of chai at a random tea stall or roadside outlet, things lead to interesting conversations. And I guess that's where it grew up. And I can't have a conversation with someone who doesn't like motorcycles or is not into bikes. So that way I can it helped more and more. I kept meeting people who used to like motorcycles, and then the conversations went from minutes to hours and so on and so forth.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. Yeah, so, yeah. And like, Abhi, like, so when we're talking about like Royal Enfield, so like, how did your association started with them? Like, you have been with them for, I don't know, like more than 10 years now?
Yes, yes. So I first rode out with them in 2009 on the Southern Odyssey, and
Mhm.
that's when the marketing team was led by Sachin, and He was also there on the ride, and on the ride, I we just kept speaking about how Royal Enfield is doing such great work, but somehow none of that is actually getting documented, properly shot in photographs and put on websites or weblogs, because that was a time when blogs used to be quite the rage. I'm talking about early
Correct.
2000 and before 2010. So that's how I
Hmm.
started assisting Royal Enfield in creating their first page, their first blog, contribution to the website, and all. And eventually they said, why do it as an outsider, be a part of the team, and let's do it together. And that's how I ended up joining the team.
Sahi. And never you never look back. I think you did switch for some time to Sony, right? To
Yeah,
Ericsson.
I actually switched to Ericsson in between because being from an electronics and technology background, uh, did try going back into tech for a while. And in fact, surprisingly, there also the most of the colleagues that I bonded well with were guys who had motorcycles. I joined
Uh,
Ericsson within 1 month. I was already part of Ericsson motorcycling club, riding around with the Ericsson chaps. And then, of course, after a brief stint, came back to Royal Enfield.
Sahi, sahi, sahi. And like talking about Royal Enfield, so abhi, like what is the situation with the company? Like abhi, just I think you guys have started sending like delivering the motorcycles and also like in the post-COVID era, ki, what is the situation that you're looking at and what is the company's outlook abhi towards motorcycling and like just abhi, like whatever events they used to do, like Himalayan Odyssey and other. I don't think so that is going to happen abhi
Yeah.
anytime soon,
So
right?
yeah, so most of the public events, I mean, because the government has also put a ban on them, so obviously, as an organization, we would not get into that. But what we've also started recommending is information, and as you must have noticed, a lot of custom motorcycle unveils and launches have happened online on the digital media. So
Correct.
the creative mind of the motorcyclist is never at rest, and when he's at
Hmm.
home in his garage tinkering around, so that's a good time to start working on either building something, modifying something, or keeping the bike tuned and updated. And yes, there are recommendations that we keep giving to our riders. There are newer and newer custom bikes that are being built, so keep sharing information around them to the guys. Some of the showrooms that we have are in green zones and orange zones, which have opened up. And yes,
Hmm.
although we don't really encourage people to come to the showroom to check out the bikes, but the website has all the details that are required. And if somebody books, then probably even deliver a sanitized bike at his home, in the safest manner possible. So yeah, we are
Correct.
going. The company is going great lengths to ensure that people who want their bit of motorcycling do get it.
Mm. And like due to the COVID, like do you guys have seen like a little bit of dip in your like manufacturing and people asking for new motorcycles?
I think it's more or less balanced out. I mean, I think that's the case for most of them. The demand has also gone down equally as much as the supply. So, although I wouldn't be the right guy to comment on this, but I can safely assume that that must have happened.
Correct, correct. And like talking about lockdown, so like what have you learned new in the lockdown? Like which naya skill have you acquired?
Honestly speaking, I am alive. I think that's the biggest skill I should start off with right now. The way people are, finding it very difficult. I have never stayed within four walls for such a long time ever in my life, and
No,
yes,
बाबा
it has,
on
it has
Twitter also and Instagram also तुम्हारा तो post आता रहता है कभी इधर
exactly.
traveling कभी उधर traveling.
Exactly, and then it's become quite difficult to man. So the initial month and a half totally went in just trying to understand what's going wrong, and now it's more like preparing yourself for the best. Yeah, I did. I mean, cleaned up the motorcycles couple of times. Did a stock audit of my scale models. Brought out a few scale model kits and started working on them. Also,
Hmm.
started doing some research on what motorcycles have been used in Bollywood, and kind of take screenshots and other details from movies, and share that information. Try to log that. So we have been trying to
Correct.
keep myself busy in doing stuff around this.
Nice, nice, nice. So, and like, what is your plan? Like, once the lockdown is over, are you planning to do some long ride, वगैरह?
Yes, definitely. In fact, I wanted to do this thing on the 21st of June, which happens to be the longest day, sunrise to
Hmm.
sunset. See how long can I ride on the Interceptor. I,
Hmm.
prepared the motorcycle, almost was ready, and then, of course, because of the lockdown, couldn't go anywhere at all. But let's see, as soon as it opens up, probably, from Chennai, maybe do a quick run down the coast to maybe Kanyakumari, or cut across the entire sub peninsula, and maybe Mangalore or Goa or something like that. Let's see.
Nice, nice, nice. So like, let's hope, yaar, ki like this things open up very soon and like we guys all get to connect once again. Huh?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, yes. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Praveen, for coming on the Unnamed podcast and you're connecting to me.
Thanks, Akash. Pleasure's all mine. It's been great talking
Yeah,
to you after a
thank-
long time.
yeah, exactly. And I need to thank you for that magazine that you sent me. Huh?
Anytime.
सो वेल आई होप कि आपको ये एपिसोड ऑफ द अननेम पॉडकास्ट बेहद पसंद आया हो और इन केस यू आर लाइकिंग दिस कंटेंट डोंट फॉरगेट टू फॉलो दिस पॉडकास्ट वेयर एवर यू आर गेटिंग योर पॉडकास्ट एंड मैं आपसे मिलूंगा अगले हफ्ते विद अनदर इंटरेस्टिंग गेस्ट टिल देन यू गाइस स्टे कूल स्टे टाइट एंड लिव लाइफ ह्यूमन साइज